Urgent. While a pure speed projectile visits Hollis Hall to boost our quarterback, a crucial prospect suffers an alarming setback with Poles and Johnson as witnesses. On top of that, the Giants have just opened the door to a historic trade that could change the franchise's course for years. 3 bombs exploding simultaneously that no one else is covering. You have exclusive access to insider information that other fans won't get until tomorrow. Will you risk staying uninformed? Subscribe, and discover now the future being forged for Chicago. What we're witnessing in Chicago could completely change the landscape for the Bears in the 2025 season. And I'm not exaggerating. This moment could be remembered as the turning point that catapulted this historic franchise back to the NFL elite. We have exclusive information about a potential signing that would make defenses across the league tremble. The Bears are seriously considering adding one of the most explosive prospects of the 2025 draft to their offensive arsenal. A receiver from Texas who is being compared to Xavier Worthy for his blistering speed. This young player ran the 40 in 4.39 seconds, has an open reception percentage of 92%, and only dropped 2 catchable passes all season. But do the Bears really need another receiver with Moore and O'Dunn's already on the roster? I think absolutely yes. We're talking about a player who could completely transform how defenses have to play against Chicago. Can you imagine this guy running down the field while defenses are already worried about the other 2 star receivers? I ask you, how the heck are defensive coordinators supposed to sleep at night? The comparison to Jameson Williams and the scheme that Ben Johnson implemented in Detroit is perfect. We need that grand slam threat on every play. And this young player from Texas could be exactly that. Standing at 6 feet 3 inches and 195 pounds, he has the ideal size combined with that explosive speed that makes you hold your breath every time he touches the ball. The problem is that in Texas, they didn't use him to his full potential. Many times he served as a decoy to open up space for others. But in Chicago, with Caleb Williams throwing the ball, we could see a completely different version of this player. I tell you this, if the Bears manage to sign him, Chicago's offense could become one of the most intimidating in the entire NFL. But it's not all good news for Bears fans. What happens when a draft prospect you've been watching gets injured right before your eyes? Here's the hot scoop. Tyleik Williams, the monstrous defensive tackle from Ohio State, collapsed while running his 40-yard dash at the Pro Day. Yes, you heard that right. A 334-pound man, projected as a top 50 pick and possible first-round selection, grabbed his leg mid-sprint and had to be helped off by the staff. Untimely? No, it's a potential tragedy. And guess who was there watching it all? Coach Ben Johnson and GM Ryan Poles. They don't travel together to just any campus. This means Williams was on their radar. Until now. But listen up, a bit later, the guy came back to the field to support his teammates, walking on his own. Sign that it's not serious? Watch out. The Bears have 2 picks in the second round, 39 and 41. And many mock drafts had him there. What does Poles do now? Risk it on a first-round talent with a medical cloud? I ace K. Or do they change the plan and look for another DT? This is the kind of drama that defines a draft, folks. I'll tell you this. If the doctors give the green light, grab Williams without hesitation. In the second round, a man who destroys blocks like him is a gift. But if that injury hides something more, beware. A rookie injured in the trenches could be a luxury the Bears cannot afford. Remember what happened with Elteven Jenkins? Exactly. Here's the key play. If Williams falls beyond the second round because of this, Poles must make moves to trade up and secure him. Because a player with his explosiveness, 13.5 sacks in 2024, and size doesn't come around every day. But this is the NFL, folks. A poorly healed ankle can ruin careers. Do you trust the Bears' medical department after the Justin Fields fiasco in 2023? I have nitrogen monoxide answers, just questions. And now for you, Bears Nation. If you were Poles, Would you risk picks 39 or 41 on Williams if the doctors approve? Or would you go for a healthy prospect like Baylor's, Jamarian Miller? And now let's move on to what could be the most important move for the franchise's future. Thanks to the Giants signing Russell Wilson after already agreeing to terms with Jameis Winston, a fascinating possibility opens up. The Bears could trade their number 10 pick with the Steelers. The potential trade would include this year's picks 21, 83, and 123, plus a first-round pick in 2026. All this so Pittsburgh can select a quarterback who has surprisingly fallen in the draft. I'll tell you this, Ryan Poles has shown he's not afraid to make bold moves in the draft. His trade with the Panthers brought us DJ Moore and eventually Caleb Williams. This could be another masterstroke that lays the foundation for a dynasty in Chicago. But should the Bears really give up the 10th pick? I ask you, is it worth dropping 11 spots to get 2 additional picks this year and a first-rounder in 2026? If the Bears are really looking to compete this year, as everything seems to indicate, they have to be sure that the player they can get at 21 is almost as impactful as the one they'd be passing on at 10. In the proposed scenario, the Bears would end up selecting an edge rusher from Texas A&M, an athlete who stands 6 feet 5 inches and weighs 267 pounds, runs the 40 in 4.59 seconds, and has a 40-inch vertical jump. Impressive from any angle. But he only managed 4.5 sacks in 37 college games. Is this the kind of productivity the Bears need alongside Montez Sweat? I think the potential is there, but it comes with risks. This guy might need time to adjust to the NFL, and the Bears are in win-now mode. I ask you, are we willing to wait for his development when the competitive window with Caleb Williams on his rookie contract is limited? Let's not forget that Tyler Warren, the tight end the Bears have been heavily linked to, was still available in that simulation. Passing on such a prospect to add future picks is a risky bet. In the end, it all comes down to trust. Do Poles and Johnson believe this rusher will fit perfectly into Dennis Allen's defensive system? If so, then the trade makes perfect sense. 2025 season is shaping up to be a defining moment for this franchise. With the right decisions in the draft, the Bears could finally return to the conversation of serious contenders. But one misstep could prolong the drought of success that has plagued this historic franchise. Do you think the Bears should bet on the explosive speed of this Texas receiver to complete a lethal offensive trio? The clock is ticking faster than this prospect in the 40, and we need your opinion now. The injury to the Ohio State defensive tackle could be an opportunity or a trap. Would you risk a high pick for a talent with physical questions? Share your strategy in the comments. Historic trade or colossal mistake. Would you sacrifice the number 10 pick for a package of picks that includes a future first-rounder? Your voice matters in this decision that could define the next decade. For the Bears family, this is our moment. Join our community of true fans where we analyze every move with the passion this franchise deserves. Subscribe now, hit the bell, and be part of the revolution happening in Chicago. See you in the next analysis, and bear down.